What is up, guys? Ghost Gaming here, and today we're going to be doing a showcase on Xiao. So, just before we get into the video, I do want to say I will be continuing my Arkham Knight playthrough, but I'm waiting to get more batteries for my controller because it keeps disconnecting because they're low. So, whenever I get those, I will continue the Arkham Knight playthrough. It should be by next week. So, until then, just enjoy the Genshin Impact videos. If you do like the videos, please let me know down below. And if you think there is anything that I can do to up the quality of the videos, then please let me know, because I want to give you guys the best quality that I can give you at the moment. So now we're going to get into the video properly. So before we get into Xiao's kit and showcase his numbers, we gotta talk about what role he has in the game. So Xiao is a main DPS animo character, which is something that is first seen, because if we look at all the other animo characters, they are support. So, Sucrose, support. The Traveler, when he's animo, support. Jean, healer and support. So, having Xiao here as a main DPS animo character is very refreshing. He is also a needy character. So you need a lot of materials for him. So not only do you need to farm the hypostasis, which most people did, thinking that this material, wasn't going to be used, because we didn't know about this material. But there's a good remedy behind this. So with the bosses, like I showed you in the previous video, the Geo Vishap over here drops these. And there's no chance to get an animo chunk or crystal or anything like that. But there is a good remedy with a particular item. I believe it is right here, yep, the dust. So this can convert any chunks or crystals that you have into a particular element. So if I had, let's just say, this amount of electro and I want it to be animo, I can convert it for free, but I have to use that dust. Makes sense. So now we get back into this showcase. He is a type of character that you need to put all your support effects down first before you use his elemental burst, meaning, if we go to the talents, his Q, because Xiao is a DPS that likes to stay on the field. Once you go into his burst, you cannot leave the field until his burst runs out, otherwise you'll be wasting all that energy you tried to store up. So it's a lot like Razor's ultimate, and it's one of those types of ultimates, even like Child's elemental skill, or his E. So now let's get into the stats. So HP close to 20k, attack close to 2k, defense close to 1k, elemental mastery at 100, and stamina is just going to be like that because of the amount of Animunculus and Geoculus that I have farmed out. I have both statues maxed. So we saw his HP and attack. So with Xiao, you want to have at least 50 to 60, even it'd be better to have 70 crit rate. And then 160 to 1 or even like 200 crit damage if you're really lucky with your artifacts. Energy recharge at 120, that's good. And then 61% animo damage bonus, that is phenomenal. So let's get into his artifacts. Now, the artifacts that you want to use are a 2-piece Viridescent, and if we go here, 2-piece Gladiator. But, as you saw right here, 34% crit damage, and that's my best feather that I have. It's a literal god roll feather. So I don't have any other better feathers than this. So when I do eventually get gladiator feathers and they're about as good as this, I will switch them out. Same with the hourglass. As long as I can maintain 180 crit damage, I will be okay. So now let's get into the flower. This is pretty much a good roll for a flower. Crit damage 28%, that is phenomenal. The feather you already saw, the hourglass you already saw. Now you want a animo damage bonus cup. For this you want an attack bonus. So yeah, crit damage, crit rate, you want to focus those. You want to focus energy recharge, and you want to focus attack percentage. If you can get those on all of your artifacts and literally get the perfect artifact rolls, your Xiao is going to be doing numbers that most people can't even fathom of. So now, with this is one of the pieces that you could switch between one or two depending on what weapon you have. If you have, let's just say, the Blackcliff polearm, which levels up into crit damage, you want to go crit rate for the main stat. If you have, like me, a polearm that ascends into crit rate, you want crit damage. And the two spears that you want to use for this style of build with crit damage for your circlet, Jade Spear and Deathmatch. Deathmatch, you only have to pay $10 into the game for the battle pass, reach level 30 in the battle pass, and that's just basically doing all of your weekly and daily battle pass requirements, and you'll get there. And Deathmatch is his second best in slot weapon for crit rate, at least with the stats that have crit rate. Jade Spear is his first. His actual second best in slot is the Skyward Spine. So now that we got into his artifacts, that's basically what you want them to look like, except for feather and hourglass, or circlet and flower, depending on what combinations you have that are the best. Either way, you want a 2-piece Viridescent, 2-piece Gladiator. Now, my Constellation, it's at 0. I wish I had Constellation 1, but Xiao is perfectly fine with just C0, which is phenomenal that we have a DPS that can output these kind of numbers that you will see here shortly at C0. His talents now. A lot of people still don't understand the importance of talents, so for talents, at least on Xiao, you want to have at least level 8 for your auto, level 8 for your ultimate, and level 6 for your E. Now, if you have crowns, which if you don't know what crowns are, I can quickly show you guys. These are what crowns are. Alright? When you reach up to a character's talent level 10, so after I level this up one more time, which you see I need these, which are from the child boss, I more than likely won't have to use these, but I would have to use a crown instead, and it costs a lot of mora. So ideally, in the perfect world, you want to have 10, 10, 9, which is what I'm going to be going for. Now, there's not many other characters that I would use a crown on. The only other characters that I would is Zhongli and Bennett. If these two I could put a crown on, like crown for his ultimate, crown for his E, I'd definitely do it. So, now let's look at his weapon. Obviously, I have the Jade Spear. This is what a level 90 Jade Spear will look like. The exact crit rate and the exact base attack. So, now my team comp. Xiao, Zhongli, Bennett, Xingqiu. I originally had Chi-Chi on here, but for the Pyro Flower showcase, I need somebody who can break his Corella. So, now we'll go into doing the Cryo Flower. I'll do one with Bennett ult on and one without the Bennett ult on. And you'll see the damage number difference, and maybe this video could convince you to get Xiao and build him, because honestly, not having a main DPS and having to build a support DPS like a main DPS is very difficult. I was able to do it, but again, it was very difficult. So yeah, as you saw there, got that. So yeah, basically this isn't the best showcase. I'm just trying to stall to build up his ultimate. There we go, iframe. Alright. Okay. Alright, so here's the damage that you'll normally be seeing, around 20k or 6k. So now what I'm going to do is I'll show you his open world capabilities, and because that's where more than likely you're going to be using him. So since I'm not up to Spiral Abyss level 12 yet, I cannot show you guys a fair showcase on Xiao in Spiral Abyss. So you'll have to be patient with me until I can formulate another team to clear Spiral Abyss all the way up to that. So as you can see with his E at this level, you mainly get around 14k per elemental skill use. So now that I have his ultimate pretty much built up, we're gonna go and take a look at the Pyro Regisfine and show you guys what damage he can do against the Fire Flower, since that's what most of your showcases are going to look like, these characters versus the Cryo Flower and Pyro Flower. And I will not be farming or fighting Oceanid because, one, until I get a really good water character, I don't want to fight Oceanid. It is a time-consuming and rough boss that is very unforgiving, and basically will clap your cheeks 10 days in a row. So, yeah. Alright. So here we are with Alright, now we'll see Bennett ult with this. Around 23k every other plunge. And at the very end we saw 32k. So, right there, as you saw, the numbers on Xiao with a broken artifact set that I just straight up took off of Chongyun is far better in DPS than my Chongyun ever was. So, if you guys like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Consider pulling for Xiao on Genshin Impact. You will not regret having him. If you have a Bennett, a Zhongli, and another Animo character like Sucrose, Jean, or even the main Traveler that you can just build full energy recharge on and make them an Animo battery for Xiao, do it, because you will not regret this team comp that I have right here. Anyway guys, this has been Ghost Gaming signing off. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. Bye guys.